YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.
Right about now.
Snoop Dogg fam, your man. We got history and we got love, man.
Always.
We go back since. How old were you when you first came to the UK? We hung out. We did that show at the Equinox together, and you come up the radio and the paper said, "Kick this evil bastard out." How old were you then?
Youngster, man. I was in my early 20s, probably 21.
21.
Yeah. Young man, you know what I'm saying, not knowing, but just doing me, having fun, you know, and I was happy to be in London and happy to be in the UK, and for people to even know who I was, like my music, and even the ones that hated me. I just loved just being, you know, in their minds and being in their world, so I made this my second home, and that's why I've always been able to come out here and, you know, do shows and communicate and stay down with you and do what I do.
I mean, do you remember like just the excitement of like just hanging out and you just being here, and it was like the first time you was out of your hometown. The vibe was just, the love, the vibe was just incredible.
But that's what the UK do. When you go hard and you give it up, they give it right back to you. It's all about what you do. You know, you gotta bring it in order to receive it. And I felt like, you know, from the moment I stepped on the rap scene, me and the people that I came in with, we came with a phenomenal force to say that we want people to love us and appreciate us. And then people just, you know, automatically did that because the music represented what we were trying to put out there.
How much did it hurt when you couldn't come into town?
That broke my heart, man, not to be able to come out here and see the people who mean so much to me. You know, it was personal. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like that was a slap in my face from the people who love me, and I'm not being able to touch them. That's like my family, like my sons or my daughters or my cousins, and I'm not able to see them. It's like I'm thrown in jail for nothing. But, you know, through the grace of God and time and spirit, I'm back where I need to be, in the UK at home.
Yeah, man. I mean, it broke my heart when you couldn't come, and you were coming through on some powerful-ish of coming with Diddy, man, like East Coast, West Coast, old rivals, Bad Boy, old Death Row. That was such a positive thing you were doing, and when you got shut down, it was like it made no sense.
But it was beautiful because it showed that as far as me and Puffy had got, certain people had never even went nowhere. Because we were able to come together and end our differences and go do tours and shows, and people prevented that from happening over here. Which it was beautiful because we still did shows in Europe, and people from the UK came because they loved us and they wanted to see us. But now that situation is behind us, and you never know, I might bring him back over here and do it big like that.
Like, just right now, it's such an incredible time. There's just so much love, and people just appreciate, and they just have so much love for you, man. It seems like a really special time right now.
I dedicate that to, you know, you whatever you paint is what you're gonna see. That's the picture that I paint. I paint love and peace and harmony, soul, unity. That's all I push, I promote. So it comes back at me. You know, when I was in a world where I was out hating on people and mad and aggressively taking, you know, shots at certain people, that type of atmosphere was always coming back to me. So it's all about what you shoot out, and that's what's going to come back at you.
And, you know, you're a man who's come up from the gangs and from the streets. I mean, you know, what do you think's happening in the UK? Do you think, you know, you're in a position to do something positive there?
I definitely could do something positive with the gangs in the UK. I would like to put together a concert to try to help, you know, end some of this violence and some of this misunderstanding out here. Because I come from that life, you know. So in the near future, I'll be getting my mind and my plan and my team together to come over here and do some things that'll be very effective with ending a lot of this nonsense and this violence over here that does not need to be happening.
Yeah, man. Now, the concert, hottest day of the year, you out there, it was like a furnace in there, brother. It was the craziest. And you're out there with the band, and it hit after hit after hit. How long were you on that stage for? Like an hour plus?
Yeah, at least 65, 70 minutes. But I mean, I owed him that. These people been down with me for so long and fighting to see me and loving me. So I owe them that, full show. I can't come out here and do no 30-minute show. 4 or 5 songs and leave. I got to give them all of me.
Now, twitter.com/Snoop Dogg, you're in different places and you always tweet, where's the good stuff at? I mean, you always get looked after?
Not all the time. We've been getting some bullshit in some of these places we've been running through, but I've stumbled upon happiness, and I'm very pleased with my green vegetation as we speak.
Oh, tremendous. Now, you weren't allowed into Holland, the Netherlands. That must have hurt you a bit.
Yeah, but that didn't happen. They couldn't stop that long. That was about a 2-day ban, and I got that uplifted.
Oh, you shut that down.
Come on, man. They wasn't going to stop me from going there. That's paradise.
Now, the other day over Glastonbury, they made it a no-fly zone. They thought it was that Iceland volcano acting up, but they suddenly realized that you were on the pyramid stage and that big cloud over there. I mean, how was Glastonbury for you?
It was beautiful, man. The sun came out today when I was on stage.
Yes.
And people were saying, man, the sun was not supposed to come out, and it just stayed out when I was on stage. It just stayed. You hear me?
You're showing love to the UK. You jumped on the stage, chasing status, Snoop Dogg Millionaire. You're jumping on the Pass Out, Tiny Temper. I mean, you're paying attention.
You know me, Wood. I gotta stay, relevant, and sometimes the music scene in America is behind. You know what I mean? And I like being a step ahead, and I have to reach out and start to, put my hands and ears on things that feel good to me, but that aren't in my, my world, and then I have to bring them to my world.
Now, there's been talk over the years that you're a big Coronation fan, Coronation Street, you like the soaps, and that you'd like to be in it.
Well, some people that I know some people that was trying to get me to be a part of it because I told them I expressed my interest in how I liked it and watched a couple of episodes, and you know how I am. I'm different. I mean, I like things that are different, and people thought that it'd be cool to see if I can get on there, so you never know.
Oh man, let's try and make that happen. What role would you play?
Probably a butcher or something, you never know. Something different though, Wood. Something that ain't me, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Something where I can really become an actor.
I mean, you are just having fun UK style, man. You're just enjoying it out here.
You got to have style and learn to be original. And everybody's gonna wanna dish you. Shout out to KRS-One, my OG. What's up, Chris?
I mean, the UK's got love. You're just happy to be here, man.
That's what I do. I mean, I just...
You put weeks in
I
as
love
well.
the moment, man. I love the moment, to be in the moment, to bask in the moment, to be able to say that, I've reached the pinnacle of where I want to be as far as in music and in life in general. I'm at peace.
But everything just makes sense right now.
It does. But it's years of dedication and hard work, though. It's not an overnight success. No such thing.
And all that hardship that you went through and all that experience you've had, everything's come together right.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at it as, all the things that I did go through built the character of who I am. I had to go through that. I had to take them lumps.
Man, what is the secret? Because I am still
I think
striving.
the secret is just keeping real people in your life, family, wife and kids, family members that care about you.
Keep it grounded like that.
Yeah, at all times.
Snoop, good to see you again, fam.
Hey, Westwood.
You know what I mean?
It's a pleasure to treat
You know what I
as
mean?
me. Come
And
on, man.
you've always showed us mad love. I remember you once said...
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah,
That's
man.
all I know.
Yeah, man. You once said you can't come to the kingdom without seeing the prince, man. And to this day, man.
Always. I always say that, and I mean that. Even if I do an interview with somebody, that's connected to your radio station or whatever network that you connected to, I always ask about you.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? I
always
always
hear that.
inquire. And even if I do an interview with somebody from your station, I'll say, well, I need to make sure it's cool with Westwood, so I want to film my partner, do an interview with you and ain't give him none. You know what I'm saying? That's how we is. We loyal, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I first came, when wasn't too many stations really into me or really open to me. and you opened the door wide open and you made it official. You know what I'm saying? And I know what that meant because you were the number one when I came out here. The number one disc jockey. You know what I'm saying? Hands down. And to give me that space to do my thing, to freestyle, to talk to you, to express who I was, and just to take over the whole radio station. That's what we did.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? You let Jam get on the tables, you let me get on the mic, you talk, you let me rap, you back up, you let me back in. We was blazing up. I need that on tape. I know you got it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I need that on
some
tape.
mad times.
Yeah, I need that on
Yeah,
tape, because
yeah.
that was classic Cal at its finest. That was our first time being on the wrong side of the road, man. We ain't never rode in a car like that with the steering wheels on the other side. That shit was large.
Oh, man, we had a lot of fun, fam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Good to see you back.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you,
man.
brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you,
That's the way it
Westwood.
goes.
You
Thank you,
already
bro.
know, man.
YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.